Hello students, today we are doing The Sensi, a tragedy in 5 acts by T.B. Shelley. It's a poetic drama in 5 acts. It was written in 1819 and this drama was basically inspired by a Italian family. The name of their house is Sansi and he used it was Shanchi and he used that theme, he used that particular idea to make this play. So he composed this play when he was in Rome, and he got to know about the family or the particular theme when he started writing this drama. It became a closet drama. It was to read only because it was poetical, not to present or not to dramatize on any stage. So it's a closet drama. This is basically a very horrifying tragedy happened in 1599, 16th century Rome, where a young woman executed for a pre-planned murder for her tyrannic father. She was not happy with the behavior of her father and she planned a murder and she executed that also. It was a well-known family and a very popular story among the Italians or the Roman people there, and people used to talk about it orally to the tourists also. So it was even documented into a very popular book, Annali d'Italia. Annali d'Italia, a 12-volume chronicle Italian history written by Ludovico Antonio Muratori in 1749. The name of the father is Francesco Sansi. He is the head of the Sansi family here. Beatrice is the daughter, and Lucretia is the wife of Francesco. Cardinal Camillo is a character. There are two sons of Francesco, Giacomo and Bernardo. Two assassins, like two murderers, are here, Marzio and Olimpio. These are the two murders hired by Beatrice to execute the plan. In this story, Sansi is very brutal. He is very cruel. He used first his two sons and sent them to Spain to spy or to plot against the count there, the cardinal there, but they were failed to do that and died out of starvation. He put the blame on the count, and he, out of lust, raped his own daughter Beatrice, and later when everything came in front, he blamed or he bribed the priest. He did many crimes and even tormented Beatrice and her stepmother Lucretia for some of the crimes which were not there. Even imprisoned them into a prison named Pritella. But after that, there were two other culprits were there in the prison, and they shake hands with Beatrice because Beatrice was very shaken, very fearful, and ultimately both mother and daughter shake hand together. They plan for it and they murder and make everyone free out of the tortures of this cruel king, because his sons Olampio and Giacomo were also a bit sensible, but they were under the influence of his father and were unable to do any help to these mother and daughter, and because they wanted to take the hiership or the throne, so they were also doing this. But ultimately when the king was the count was dead, these Olympio and Marzio, who were the assassins, they were caught and were doubted by the other members of this Sensi family, that is the two sons Giacomo and Bernardo, because the other two sons were already being sent by Sensi to Spain and they were dead. So these two sons were doubting these two prisoners who shook hand with Beatrice, and ultimately these servants. Out of these servants, Marzio caught and were tortured, and he confesses the murder and confessed the whole thing, that Beatrice was there, but Beatrice and Lucretia refuse for the same, and she even tries hard to prove her innocence to everyone, that she is not guilty. But at the trial, the conspirators only found guilty and they were sentenced to death by the son Giacomo. Bernardo is another son of Francisco. He was also like very brutal and tried to get the mercy on his family by the Pope. And the Pope ultimately declared that all the Sansi family must die, because they all are culprits in some or other way. And in the last scene, it's been shown that Beatrice is walking to accept the death as a punishment, by as a final word of Pope. And her final word to the world was, "We are quite ready." Well, it is very well, because to live a life like that, it is a well thing, or it is a good thing to accept death, besides living with such kind of cruel father.